Important news coming out of Venezuela. The self-declared interim president Juan Guaido has been barred from holding public office for 15 years by the Venezuelan government, specifically the ombudsman Alves Amoroso. Omaroso based his ruling on an alleged financial irregularities from the National Assembly president, claiming that he has held 91 unauthorized foreign trips worth $160,000 US that no public servant salary can justify. He also ordered the tax agency to investigate all of Guaido's expenses. We presume that he falsified data in his wealth declaration and illegally received money from international bodies. Essentially, what they're accusing him of is embezzling money, taking money from foreign governments, and essentially doing things to undermine the country. Now, they claim he has usurped his public functions and committed actions with foreign governments that harm the Venezuelan people. Well, this is certainly beyond denial, considering that he has supported the United States in financial sanctions, also sanctions which prevent the country from purchasing medicine, from purchasing food, things that people need to survive, which should be considered, and in fact, a crime against humanity. So there is no denying it, that he has been involved in actions that have harmed Venezuela, not to mention calling on his supporters to carry out essentially terrorism inside the country. Now, the Attorney General has also opened 2 criminal investigations against the opposition leader for his actions, and as a result, his assets have been frozen. Maduro accuses Washington of being behind the power outage which left most parts of the country without electricity, some for as much as 4 days, for the second time this month, stating that it was caused by a sniper, causing an explosion in a transformer at the Simon Bolivar Hydroelectric Center switchyard in Bolivar State. "We have the bullets, we are working out the caliber and who is responsible," he said in a statement. The attack was carried out with a rifle from an elevated area. The person who did it was a mercenary sent by the coup-mongering opposition. U.S. imperialism is behind this without a doubt. This is another serious blow to the self-declared president of Venezuela, who just recently attempted to add an emissary to Germany as a representative of his government in exile. He sent it to Germany, however, Germany said that they were unwilling to recognize this emissary, even though they had already recognized Juan Guaido as the legitimate president. The local media, New Außenpolitik, which gained access to the government's response, reported that Germany will not accredit Otto Grauber as ambassador. Instead, he could be recognized as Guaido's personal representative, and no further steps are foreseen. The German Foreign Affairs Ministry stresses that political conditions to recognize Guaido's envoy are not met, given that a 30-day maximum period he had to call elections had expired. It certainly seems that the government of Venezuela is now finally doing something about Guaido and his imperialist interference inside of the country. Now, him being barred from public office is certainly a great step. Another great step would be to jail him for treason and make an example of him, of what those who conspire with imperialism, what kind of fate that they're going to suffer. But this is very interesting to see here. Germany has already recognized and continues to recognize Juan Guaido as the president, yet does not recognize his authority to assign ambassadors. I mean, they're kind of contradicting themselves. They're right about the 30-day period, but they're contradicting themselves by saying that he's the legitimate president. If he's not legitimate enough to assign an ambassador, then how is he legitimate enough to be recognized as the president? I mean, they are openly contradicting themselves here. Basically, it's the case of they want to undermine the legitimacy of Maduro, but they know if they accept this guy as the ambassador and not the actual ambassador from Venezuela, then nothing's going to actually get done, because they won't be dealing with someone who has any authority inside of the country. So it's essentially Germany's playing up the opposition, but they still want to defend their interests in the country and continue to allow things to function as they should be in their relationship. There's no point to taking this guy who's running around pretending to be the ambassador from Venezuela to Germany. So it's very interesting to see how all that works. Now, it's very likely that Guaido is going to be convicted of a crime at some point in the future. It's very clear that he has collaborated with foreign powers to destabilize and even destroy his own country. So, I mean, in the eyes of a lot of people, he is very clearly guilty of sedition. He is very clearly guilty of treason, and hopefully we can see him permanently removed from the public eye sometime very soon. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.